1, 2.
It's 3, 2, 1. Not 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 3,
Rogers.
2, 1.
Here we are, fishing friends. We're out on the estuary tonight. We're at Salcombe somewhere. Couldn't tell you where. And Wingman's with me tonight. Say hello.
Hello guys.
Nice one. Yeah, so we're having a go. It's a bit late in the day. Obviously, we've got to work and all. Well, I've got to work, and we've just come up here over the low. The sun's pretty high in the sky still. It's about, I don't know, 6 o'clock. So we're just gonna. I've just actually missed what I think was a Plaice bite on this rig, and it came back basically, and all the ragworm had gone. So yes, I was going to be promoting my Plaice rigs tonight, but somebody left them in the shop, me. So we're a bit sort of underprepared. But I've brought along my dynamite rig tonight. So if you'd like to have a look down here, sir. So this is my other Plaice rig. I call it the what did I call it last night? The dynamite rig, because it's just going to blow up, isn't it? It's just going to glow when it's down there. And this is the Lumi beads, so it's a sea glow, and I've also got the UV little spongy beads in between for a bit of both, and got a nice little 1.0 hook on there. That's a little Tronics Beast hook, and I've got a running pat on this rod. It's a nice light rod, so the weight length goes up first to like a 4 or 5 ounce weight, and then you've just got a bead, and then you tie on the main line. And the advantage of this rig is, if you're throwing out pulley rigs into this, this sort of area, yeah, it's a great rig, and it's a, a good casting rig, but you don't often see the bites like you do on a running pat, because the running pat, this hook length is pulling directly against the main line, okay? So the weight, it's almost like a sort of reverse running ledger. It's a bit weird, but it's called a running pat. And obviously we use this in the estuaries because it gathers less weed in the summer months. And yeah, so that's, and this, obviously, if you can see that clips in down there. And
I suppose it'll create more movement as well, won't it?
Yeah, and the advantage of using a running pat is you can actually use lighter line on the lead weight, because all of the pressure in the cast is actually on the hook length. So if I just click this up a minute, so that's how it clips up. Look, see, so the weight length is longer, has to be longer than the hook length, right? So if you remember that, the weight length has to be longer than the hook length. It doesn't matter how much shorter the hook length is. You can see it's quite a bit shorter there, look, because I've got quite a bit of sort of extra lead line. But that's the rig, and it's a bloody good rig, all right? So don't just think about pulley rigs all the time. There is another way, and it's better than a running ledger. It's more streamlined, and you can clip it. So that's the rig on one rod. I've got the beautiful Competition Match GT out with a multiplier and a pulley rig, and that's out there with some more glowy stuff on it. And here's the lovely Rubicon reel that I've been using for about the last 3 months. And it is really nice. I have just dropped it and scratched it there, look, which was a bit of a nightmare, but there we go. So I've got the Plaice MX1, that's the Tronics rod, really nice, sexy green colours. Yes, you know me. So yeah, we're gonna get a bit more bait on that now, unclip him, bait him up, and far away, and hopefully we'll get a fish or two to show you. We don't know what, but hopefully we're gonna get a Plaice. But if not, we might get a bass, or you never know, a dab, or any flounder. You just don't know here, do you? So yeah, tight lines. So here we are again. Just showing you a quick bait up sort of demo. This is my other rig. So it's just it's a little bit of a pop-up rig. There's some tiny pop-ups and a Lumi, and obviously you can move this. I've locked it off with some Seago sort of power gum at the back. So that's it. So this is quite a big. This is too big, isn't it, for this hook? So what we're going to do about that? Well, obviously you can put half on, or you can turn it into a bit of a sausage, right? This is a dead crab, frozen, defrosted. It was alive once. Honestly, it was alive once, but it's definitely not alive now. It's frozen, defrosted it, all right? So no complaints. So look, so into there, not right the way through, you cut it in half, So you just snip into there, okay? And there you've got an elongated bait, which it'll be a big bait on that hook, but it will go on the hook, you know? So, it's a bit like threading up a worm. I mean, this is a very small hook, yeah? Obviously, I'd usually use, you know, a 3/0 or, you know, maybe even a bit bigger in the winter. And you just feed it on like that. It looks a bit crap at the moment. Feed him on, and there you go. Look, the hook's just pointed out there. There's the hook. And then all I've got to do now is wrap it up. See? So now that great big, well, it wasn't a big crab, but it was obviously too big for that hook. And now when I get the whipping and everything on there, it's going to be quite sexy, isn't it? So, no, Mr. Net, I've got my own here.
Oh, you come supplied this time?
Yes. Thank you anyway. Yeah, well done. Right, so here's my elastic, and it's just a case of just being very gentle. I'll do the top end first. You know, and you know, it's not rocket science putting baits on. There's no real right and wrong way. But now you can see, look, that's a really sexy bait, isn't it? And you know, I don't worry about that being a bit of a blob on the end. I personally don't worry about that. I just kind of, what you can do, you can push it on a little bit more then. You know, you can pull it up, there you go, pull it up a little bit, so there, look. So then you can work on this end, you know, and it's not a race, you just take your time. You know, it doesn't matter if you get it wrong, you know, you're learning all the time. Every time you go out, you learn something new, you learn the right way, the wrong way, you know, different ways of doing the same job. And that's what it's all about. It's just about, you know, learning all the different sort of bits and bobs. So I'm quite happy with that. I mean, that's good enough, yeah? So I'll just put a little bit around there, and then I won't even bother locking it off because and finally, right, and this is worth doing, go the extra mile. When you pull the nippers off, Mr. Peeler, right, peel them. Like, you can crack them between your fingers, get that nice meat out, and that's going to make this look a bit more natural, okay? Because fish see that hook, they're not going to bite it, they're not going to want to go near it, yeah? So all I do is I put that back on, you see, and now look, it kind of looks a little bit more like a crab, doesn't it? You know, okay, it's a long one, but but that's my top place bait there, and that's lovely, and I'm really happy with that. You know, I could actually eat that.
I swear you tongued that then.
With a bit of garlic butter. So yeah, this is going out now on this, you know, it's a classic pulley rig here with a nice, and that's a 5-ounce sort of Lumi, well, fluorescent jobby, isn't it? And all these weights do different things, by the way. You know, you've got you've got the one that looks like a coffee pot. Well, that one just sort of stays like that and goes around, yeah. And you've got this one. This one will go around like this, and it will act like a grip weight, but it will give you movement, yeah. It will go around in a big circle like that. And all these different sort of Conti weights have a different little function, so I just thought I'd mention that as well. So yeah, my classic pulley healer. And in my shop at the moment, I've just got a Kyoiki account, Japanese account, and I've got these pulley beads now, glow in the dark, super strength, and I'm selling them in my shop in 10s, 25s and 50s, and they are, as you can see, very nice. So yeah, I'm going to fire this out now, and hopefully we'll get something to show you, you know, next. Tight lines.